Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
Hello, this is the Hot Topic Show. It's what we do.
We won't judge, but we're judging. It's going to be juicy.
Now, here's Wendy.
Thank you for watching our show. Let's say hello to my partners in crime. Troublemakers. Oh, God. I'll let you know in an hour. Let's get started, though. It's time for Hot Topics. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So, what a weekend, huh? Featuring, but not limited to, the women's marches all around town, all around, the world. I mean, so impressive. Roughly 3 million people alone marched, what was that, there in DC, and there were about 600 marches worldwide, including as far as London and stuff. Really, and shout out to the men who came out to support the women and the children who were there. Real impressive, real impressive. The Madonna part, I really don't care so much about, because it's just Madonna being a fool. All right, so let's get through this quickly, okay? All right, so you know what she said, you don't know what she said. Okay, she was at one of the biggest rallies, which was there in Washington. That was the main one. And she got on stage, and here's what she did.
Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I am outraged. Yes, I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Now, if that was a black woman, and I hate to turn things into race, but we black people, we can't just walk around and say stuff like this. I guess an entitled white woman from Detroit via her English accent is allowed to say whatever she wants. Yeah, so the Secret Service is investigating Madonna. But what are they going to... For what? For what? She's a house mom who's saying stupid things that doesn't bear investigation. Madonna has nobody's threat. That's like when I go through TSA the last time I was in the airport, and they were all up in my wig. I mean, all up in. And I heard a Wendy watcher on the other side, she hadn't even gone through yet. She was like, that's Wendy, you're wasting everybody's time. Wendy doesn't have anything, let her go. Anyway, but look. Back to this fool. Everybody knows when you go to the movie theater, you don't yell, fire. Everybody knows that when you're in a plane at the airport, you don't say the word. There's certain things you don't, she wants attention, she got it, whatever, bye. And Keke Palmer, you're gonna sit down right next to Madonna. And Keke, I like you. You're a friend to my radio show, you're a friend to my TV show, but I'm a straight shooter, and I gotta pow-pow. I gotta call this the way it is. She's looking at me like, what you gonna say, Wendy? All right, so Keke Palmer is fighting with Trey Songz, the singer. Apparently, Keke is accusing Trey Songz of secretly filming her and putting her in his new video. It's not the kind of filming that you'd think. No, they weren't in the bed. There was a party at Trey Songz' house, and Keke was there, And there's a song that Trey Songz does, and in the song, it's not like he says the best things about her. He says something about, you know, I want to palm her. Our president's favorite P word. Yeah. So that's what he says about Keke Palmer, and I guess she felt like, first of all, she was like, no, you know, I don't. Well, let me show you what Keke says, and then we'll go into it further.
They start playing a song that I happen to be in. They start saying like they want me to be in it. One person asks me, I say no. Another person asks me, I'm like, no. People keep asking me. Now, mind you, they've been giving food, they've been giving drinks, and I'm just starting to feel like, yo, I'm being like cornered, like, and I'm not in a professional situation. Like, I came here for a party, but I'm being pressured to do business, and I'm not in the right mind. I'm under the influence, and I don't feel like it's fair that I'm having to deal with this right now.
There was a few people in my congregation who were like, right. I'm gonna convince you why she's wrong. You know, I like to do that. All right, so Keke says that, you know, she was trying to avoid these people. She also said that she ended up hiding in a closet in the house to avoid being videoed. Here's my thought. First of all, whenever you go and there's gonna be filming for the purpose of public consumption, there's always a sign. When my co-host came in, did you see? You will be filmed and you will be on TV. That sign can be this big or this big. If it's a Trey Songz house, I'm assuming it's out in LA. People in LA don't use the front door for parties. Everybody goes round back, right? You park your car, you go around the back. So if you put this sign on the front door, then technically speaking, you are abiding by the law and you've let everybody know. It just so happens that the music and the food and the booze and everybody's round back. Keke, by the way, cute pink ensemble. Yeah, oh, that's cute. You know, I don't mind that you were at a party. I don't mind that you were a little too turned up and you weren't in business mode. But if you heard somebody say to you, you know, we're gonna do this video, you know, we want you to be in it. The second you don't want to be in a video, that's when you're supposed to pack up your rum punch and leave. Leave, right? And here's my other assumption, because I love California partying, although I do love East Coast living. California partying is nice. Those people have full-blown living rooms and stuff outside, them fire pits. That stuff is such a waste of money here on the East Coast. You use it for 2 months. Anyway, shout out to all you people with pools. I'm so jealous for only 2 months out of the year, and then you gotta cover it, take care of it. I'm like, phew, dodge that bullet. But here's the thing, Keke should have, and you're 23 years old, so you should be old enough to understand, you pack up your stuff and you leave. She said that her Uber was taking too long. Well, guess what? It's California where the furniture's outside. I bet you the sun was out, like it usually is. Except for yesterday, my friend Reg told me it was raining. I was shocked, because Tony says it never rains in Southern California. But I would have like filled my red cup full of something hard, and I would have walked down the driveway and down the street and told the Uber to meet me, you know, up the street or something. Anything but get filmed, and you sound crazy, girl, talking about you hid in a closet. Like, you sound crazy. You can't shoot back at that. And Trey Songz shot back at Keke by saying, baby girl bugging, point blank period, got my number, could have called, saw the cameras, and the lights heard action. Keke, this is, you know what? Hopefully, she'll be here, everybody, in a couple of weeks. And, I mean, I want to ask her about that, but that's not the totality of our conversation. You know, it just happens to be something that I want to speak to. Do you know what I got involved with over the weekend? By the way, did you get him a nice gift, Suzanne?
Oh!
He does work really hard.
Yes, he does work very hard. Tonight, when he gets home, he gets a special gift.
I mean, I know that you're not a cook, but the least you could do is get like his favorite. It's Brendan's birthday. Get his favorite takeout.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
And maybe instead of sleeping in the other room tonight, maybe you could.
Yeah. Put on something sexy.
And stay in there all night.
Okay.
Like, give it to him good, Suzanne.
Yes,
give
I'm
it
going
to him
to.
good.
Give it to him good.
It's his birthday. Brendan?
Yeah.
So cute.
That was it. I gave it to him good. Just that.
No, right there. That's like you know, and I know. That was the best birthday gift ever.
Uh-huh.
Your husband loves to be on the camera, boy.
Oh, loves it. Loves it.
A real show pony.
Yes.
So look, I got involved with Flip or Flop over the weekend, and I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. Okay. First of all, I'm just watching this show, right? It's on HGTV. It's like early in the morning, and I just see these cute people, you know, fixing what looks like pretty attainable property. They're not buying like $1 million mansion and dumping $500,000 into it. They're buying, you know, a $300,000, $1,000, and then dumping a few dollars, and then they flip them. And she's adorable, and he's adorable, and I'm just like, wow, these people are cute. And I don't care much about flipping houses, but they had me captivated with their cuteness. I talked about them to you on the show last week. I had no idea who I was speaking of. No. Listen, sometimes you guys, by popular demand, you know, you pull stories like that Madonna story that I just did. Sometimes I do stuff only for you. Merry Christmas. But look. So I'm in the kitchen, untucking groceries, minding my own business. These cute people are on, and they're flipping houses, and they're cute enough. And I don't recognize them or the story until halfway through, the kids entered. And I was like, wait a minute now. This is that family I talked about last week on Hot Topics. This is that family that's getting a divorce on account of she's allegedly having an affair with the head contractor on the set. And he's a sexist hothead who talks, you know, disrespectfully, allegedly, about women, including her, in front of set-siders while they're fixing these houses. So if this is true, then they're all kind of witnesses on her side of the divorce. The great thing about HGTV is that they're making them continue the show together. So last week, Tarek, that's him, he filed for divorce. And he's seeking joint custody of their 2 kids. They have a 6-month-old and a 5-month-old. He also wants spousal support. Christina is he's also requesting that Christina, his wife, pay all the attorney's fees. Well, no, I don't know what kind of man this is. But here's what I would do if I were her. First of all, it's gotta be sufferable having to continue on in your contract, having to work with your husband and play like, because HGTV, it ain't like the ID channel where you can pull out a knife and stab somebody. You know, you've gotta play. You know, on HGTV, you've gotta be nice, you know, with good teeth and talk all, you know, ha. So they can't be shady, they can't be shaking the kids. He can't be throwing rocks at the contractor who's right there on the set, who she's allegedly having. This is great for us viewers. I am telling you guys, I am so all in. Now I know why these people have been on the cover of every national magazine, bigger than a lot of the Hollywood stars recently. So hopefully I'm catching you up. But Christina, here's what you do, because I'm on your side. Don't you get any slick ideas and try to quit this show because you can't put on your big girl panties and face this man at work. Now, I know that that's not a live show. It's not a live show. It probably takes them like 8 hours a day just to tape 1 episode. So they're forced to be together, much to our viewing delight. Hold on. But Christina, I mean, first of all, they're like Barbie and Ken. You know, it seems to me like these are the 2 people, like she's 34, he's 35, they're like in that age range. I bet you they've been told they're beautiful all of their lives. I bet you getting this show is probably the biggest thing ever for Barbie and Ken. And you know what? Barbie, don't you back out and ruin your dreams. This is what you do, because you're more likable than him. You're also more marketable. Can I tell you why? Because at my house, I'm the one with the tool set and the tool belt and things. And I think that more women need to, like, you know, I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong. When I have a bigger situation, I know when to call a handyman. But you know, but I feel like, you know, John Deere and, you know, Black & Decker and stuff, they have enough men spokespeople. I think it's fantastic if this girl just stays and is likable. She knows what she's talking about with these houses. She needs to be a spokesperson for, like, the lady screwdrivers and stuff. I'm in. I'm one of those girls. I am. You know, and you wouldn't be the first one to do it, Christina. If you want somebody to role model after, well, not role model, but if you want a loose skeleton of what you can be, you take a look at Candace Olsen when she used to be on HGTV. Yeah, Candace would pick up a hammer. I mean, she's not doing the full job. You know what I mean? But she got like tons of endorsements by all the biggies and that HGTV show. And Candace had a pretty good run. She was on for like 5 or 8 years. I used to watch, and I'd be in Christina. And by the way, he will no longer be marketable because people don't like men like him. And spread the word, allegedly. May the best person win the race, but you stay on that TV, much to our delight. Okay. Did you watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta last night? You know, it's a sad day when there's only one housewife in this whole thing. And that would be Candy. And I like Candy and Todd. I like Candy and Todd, but remember their love was suspect and came out of nowhere because he was one of the producers on the show, and then they were having that. I am just so shocked that there are no It's very, very pathetic that this show is called Housewives and everybody is divorcing or never was married. So, but there's nothing to say about Candy and Todd. I have nothing to say about Kenya and that fake relationship with that man. Not that one. There was another one she was with last night. You all pulled the wrong picture.
Matt, right?
No.
No, who are you talking about?
This is a new, no, she was with a new.
Matt.
No, she was with a new man last night.
Oh.
Wasn't she? Oh. That's how much I didn't care. That's how much I didn't care. Oh, I know who it was. It was Portia. Portia, nobody cares about that man. By the way, Portia, you have really stepped up your intellect from the days when you called the Underground Railroad, you thought it was a real train. Like, Portia, you know, she still has her, you know, dilly ways about her, but she actually has a few very smart things to say and has been challenging these women this season. And it's so good for you, Portia. But listen, that's not the story. People are talking about Sheree's ex, Bob, and his heavy sweating. You all picked the most random things to talk about. Okay, so this is what Sheree and Bob used to look like. This is when we first met Sheree. Well, I don't know where that picture came from. Where did it come from?
Her Instagram, I think.
Her Instagram?
Yeah.
I don't think their personalities match at all. I don't think they matched from the day that she met him. You know what I think that she was? She was a pretty girl who met a football player and saw her ticket. Last night, she tried to justify why she originally, fell for him. And she said, because he's goofy and he's fun. See, there's nothing to me about Sheree that comes off as goofy and fun. And he's sweating like a pig. First of all, you all talk about the most random things. You're talking about the sweating. I'm talking about, would you be turned on to a man on the stage with a feather boa? Give me the coochie coot. He's just so goofy. Remember when he was running in the courthouse? He ran like a girl. And I just picture Sheree. I never picture you fun, Sheree. I just picture you being angry at everything all the time. I mean, when you were married, when you go through divorce, when the divorce is done, when your kids come home with a good report card. when you gotta get out of the car to put gas in. I just picture you angry all the time, but I liked your braids last night, though. They were real good, intricate, good. And I don't want Trey and Bob to get back together. I want this whole plot line to end. I need Trey off the show. I don't feel as though she's bringing it, and I don't like the plot line. Her son is cute, though. Yes. Cuba Gooding Jr. has finally filed for divorce. Oh, please, they've been separated for 3 years. I mean, who stays separated for 3 years? Don't you want it to just be done? Well, yeah, well, it turns out it probably is money. Or you know what? I don't really think, it could just be like a hood divorce. That's when you just leave and ignore the paperwork. So here's the deal. He will, all right, first of all, she allegedly filed for legal separation 3 years ago, and I hope that this is right, because if it's not right, you know you have to legally separate. Like, you can't just move out and get your own place. You have to legally get a stamp with a raised seal at the courthouse. You were separated, in 2013, now here, or 2014. Okay, so here we are 3 years later. He will pay spousal support. He's agreed to that. He doesn't want to give her any of the money that he made after they separated. Well, as best I can tell, prior to them separating, there were, the Jerry Maguire. He's not Jerry Maguire Cuba anymore. He's like had a couple of movies that didn't do so well, and his reputation as a party boy has led the pack as opposed to interest about his career. Truth. But it's this People versus OJ money, and now that he's in the Ryan Murphy family, Ryan has also put him in American Horror Story, so that's American Horror Story money. And these things have happened. These two things have happened since they've separated. So now the wife wants, some of that money as well. My thing is that, like, when you separate, and I'm not a lawyer, I don't know, maybe they got something put in their paper, but as soon as you separate, whatever happens to me from this point forth is supposed to be all mine. I don't blame Cuba. I wouldn't give her one dime. Now, you get your spousal support from before we separated, woman, and I get the American Horror money and the OJ money. Same difference. But guess what? I'm sure that you'll be able to siphon a little off the top. He's going to take care of his kids. They're going to be part of the American Horror money. Well, maybe not the 21, because 21, you don't need to. Oh, my foot is falling asleep. Doggone it. How much longer do we have, Suzanne? I got to wake her up.
I don't know. 1 minute, 1 minute. Get it going,
okay.
Get it going.
Wake up, girl. Please wake up. Anyway. I think you'll take care of the kids. She's got a 21-year-old, a 19-year-old, and a 10-year-old with him. So, but no OJ money for you, girl. Cuba, good luck with your divorce. And I want to shout out to rap legend MC Lyte. Found out over the weekend that she announced that she's in love. Well, she didn't exactly say in love.
She said
she didn't say in love, because I was thinking about this as I was playing. She didn't say in love. You assume that she's in love. This is a man, by the way. Hey, here on the Wendy show, I honor being a woman. We're allowed to change our minds. Anyway. She describes her boyfriend as a gift from God. So good for you, Lyte. Lyte's in love. And we've got more great show for you here, everybody. We've got the hottest celebrity hair trend, but up next, the latest. And I do mean the latest on this messy custody battle with Uma Thurman. So don't go far.